that's needed. Yeah, boys, I want to do... Yeah, let me know what pairs we're looking at. Let me know what pairs we're trading, what we're doing. Trim speaking volumes today. Yeah, trust me, I had to put that hat on real quick. Two secs, chat. I'm just sending the announcement in. Why won't my live come up? What we saying though, chat? What we saying, boys? Bro, why can't I find the live? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, someone send a link in to the Discord because I can't fucking find it. Alright, it's there now. Let me send an announcement in. Big up all of you 40 man that's in here, boys. W's to you, man. Who's been looking at the volume? Who's seen my most recent YouTube vid? Yo, Who's seen my most recent YouTube vid, boys? Let me know, man. Let me know who's seen it. What do you, man, think of it? Fuck that one up. Right, boom. Yeah, let me know what pairs we're looking at, chat. Alright, who's here, boys? Say yo, say morning if you're here. Good morning, everyone. What we saying? Let me know what pairs we're looking at, boys. What pairs we're trading. Oh, come on, Wi-Fi, bruv. Not a fuck. So shit all morning. I haven't even been able to really go live. Alright. Yeah, let me know if I'm lagging though, boys. Morning, Jesse. Morning, Mehmet. I'm all good, bro. Morning, Slappo, Jesse, T-Mac, Sushi. Just made it smash or smush. But yeah, so Samuel, what you saying? CM, what you saying? What's the signal? Yeah, bro. What you saying, El Slappo, Cam, Jesse, Ken, what you saying? Jed, Wassim. People saying EU shorts, lag, yeah. It's just been me, W video, great vid. Appreciate that, boys. W vid, are you still in EU shorts today? That's still what I'm looking at, boys. By the way, if you see my most recent YouTube vid, I'll show you EU and GU, mate. It's honestly so simple. If you listen to what I said in my YouTube vid yesterday, you would have known exactly what was going on this morning yet again, just based on the volume. I can go through it if you want. But it's very simple. When we know we're heading in one direction, which by the way is the best band ever. When we know we're going in a direction, like to the downside as we do here. The reason we know is because we've had higher conviction on this. You know, a lot of people piss about with the higher time frames. We don't piss about. We've had this for ages. You man all know we've had this level for nearly 3 even weeks now. You can see we had the high made out, then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retracement candles, and so far we've had 2.5 distributions away, so we're still looking for that to continue, and we do have our CRT high. So with that being said, we know EU and GU are going to be bearish, so we just wanted to, again, mark out the positions that are high in volume that we know price is likely to react off. So if we go on the DXY, for example, so we've got the low to the high initially of London session. So the first distribution of the day, you can see mitigated and then ran. We sort of went over this in our video yesterday. But then we can do it again for the next distribution, which was the low to the high of this. And that's going to give you another one. I won't show you where it is because it's basically the same as this. But yeah, and then you can also do the whole day as well. So from the low of the day to the high, the entire daily distribution. And this is what you mainly want to be doing, because it's going to show you where the most volume for the day was and where price is going to return back to before continuing. So you can see it told us this line right here. And obviously this is what we tapped into. Then we went higher. The reason I've marked on this little orange box, if you can see that, is because if I just mark on the indicator again. So this is basically the general region. I'm not doing anything too specific, but this is just the general region where we want price to return back to, where there was high volume. So you can see I've just highlighted the region of candles, which was pretty high volume. You'll notice that these are quite high volume as well, but we've already accounted for that because we knew this first distribution provided this, which we then tapped in for the re-entries and ran. So this volume's already really been mitigated, right? So yeah, but basically it told us we wanted price to return to this type of region and then continue higher, which is obviously what we did. And then it's the exact same thing for EU and GU, boys. Very, very simple yet again. I feel like it's deleted some bits off my chart. Okay, but it is what it is anyway. So yeah, the first distribution, again, you can see we went over that in the YouTube video. First distribution and then our max volume level there, which we just consistently got sell-offs from. And then we're going to do the whole thing again for the entire day. So you can see the entire day from the high to the low, the whole distribution. And it told us that we should expect price to come back to this level here, which obviously we did really nicely. And then if we also turn on the profile, you can see again, I've marked out a region, just a general region where we want price to return to. Now what I'm doing when I'm marking out these regions, I'm basically looking for the areas of the highest volume and areas of consolidation. Again, I'm not looking for order blocks, fair value gaps, stuff like that. I'm looking for areas in price right here, boys. Right, I'm looking for areas in price. The entry and the way we get in, for example, the Asia liquidity grab or DTO continuation, that is where you want to be using your ICT, CRT, stuff like that. This right here is just the volume. So again, I marked out a region that we can expect price to return back to, which is here. And you can see we did return back to it really nicely, as the dollar did to that region there. And this is all hindsight. I mean, you cannot believe me if you want, but none of this is hindsight, sorry. And then, yeah, again, you see we've really got initial distribution there down, and then we've got the entire day. So this is, again, the first leg, which had the move, price tapped into, and then ran down. Then if we do the entire day, so we go from the high all the way to the low. And this, again, it's going to help people a lot, because otherwise people would be looking for price to come all the way up to here for retracement or whatever. But yeah, that's what we can see pretty clearly. And then if we turn this onto the one, again, we can start marking out some regions where we can expect price to come back into. So we had this region here, probably should have extended it like that. We had this region here, and then we had this region here. So these were the 2 points we knew was probable for price to come back to, and then look for sells, and as you can see, that is what it provided. So again, just marking the areas of high consolidation. All you've got to do is go down onto your 5 minute if you struggle with doing that. If I quickly hide indicators again, you see number one, right? And I'm just looking for these areas, right? This is a clear area. This is a clear area. And I look to the right. Has price been consolidating along it? Yes. So here, clearly an area of volume. Here, clearly an area of volume. So again, that's what we're looking for price to return back to. So yeah, EU maybe not the cleanest because it had 2 levels, but GU you can see super obvious, super fucking clean. Oh. If I go on this on the 5 minute as well, you should be able to see it pretty nicely. You can see there a clear area of higher volume. So yeah, this general area here, you can see price returned back into it and got that sell-off that we wanted. So yeah, boys, like this is a really fucking good concept. So if you haven't seen this in my YouTube video yet, definitely make sure you watch that. Another thing, just before we get onto the live markets that I want to show to you. Obviously, the M basket overall our bias is bearish, right? You man probably know that. So we've got on the daily time frame, I'll quickly go over it. We obviously had the significant break of lows, significant breaks. After that, we came into our imbalance, which we was waiting for. So after we came into our imbalance, we was then looking at sells down to here. So again, our general direction is sells down to there. We knew that. And we also had the CRT here, which was then completed yesterday nicely. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, or probably lower than that to be fair. If we go down to the 30-minute, first of all, we can see if we draw it from the first distribution, the first initial move, you can see it says our max volume's here, so we can expect price to return to this region, which again, it clearly did and moved down. Again, I'm not telling you this to catch the exact trades, but I'm just showing you how powerful it can be. So when you mix it with what I already have been teaching you with the ALG and stuff like that, and internal, external, because again, chat, this is still using internal, external liquidity, right? You still need to know here that this is a leg down. This is a retracement to internal liquidity. So what do we call this? Very simple. Internal liquidity to external liquidity. Very simple. But we're just adding in the volume as an extra confluence, because otherwise, again, people might not know whether to go off this fair value up here, this fair value gap there, whatever it may be. But when you have the volume, it just shows you all you need to know. And this is what I wanted to show you today as well. So, obviously, yesterday, again, the yen basket, the distribution from the Asia session, max volume was there. We re-tapped into it and got the sell-off. But then what's interesting is I then went over the whole day. So, from here to here. Because if you think of where we left off yesterday, it looked like quite good for re-entry. So, maybe back up to there and down, or back up to here and then down. So, I wanted to see where was the most volume, where was volatility lying around this area. And when we turn it on, you can see, this is it here. The max volume on this distribution was actually at the low, which didn't really show that we wanted to continue selling and show we potentially wanted to go higher. So again, if I cancel, get rid of all that, you can see that the max volume, interestingly enough, was down here. So as most people may have been looking for continuate or retracements or whatever it may be, you might have been waiting for price to go up to here to then sell. We knew that the max volume was here, so more than likely price is going to react off of this area. Again, I'm not going to mark out an exact area, but this sort of area here. So that was the more level we're going to be waiting for. And we're going to be waiting for that for buyers. Right, that's the key here. And then obviously if you extend it for the whole day, you see it's back up here. So that really gives a tell that what we want to see is price buying up to our level and then having a sell-off. So not only does it tell us where we're going to be moving from, not only does it tell us that we're going to be moving from here, it also tells us what session really, or what time, because it tells us there is a move that needs to happen first, a London manipulation move or Asia, before the distribution move. And then as you can see, I won't play out the whole day, but we did move up pretty nice. And again, you could have used your order block down there or whatever. But essentially, yeah, so it would have meant that you wouldn't have been cooked just trying to spam out sells, continuation sells. Because we know a lot of volume is coming from the buyers here. So the buyers are going to have a significant impact. And then, yeah, if we translate that to UJ, again, obviously we can see prior day, the Asia session distribution from here to here. Here to here. Max volume was there. We tapped into it lovely and just continued beautifully. And then if we look at from the most recent, from the London distribution to the New York high, the max volume was here, which again tells us that there's more likelihood that we're going to be selling from this point than if it, for example, printed here and we was then just looking for automatic buyers there. So this line tells us we're selling, and again, you can make a little zone or whatever, or you can trade it in line with what you already know. For example, the Asia liquidity grab, where you've got that extra confirmation that we are in fact going to be heading down. And then, yeah, very similar for GU. If we look at Asia session before yesterday, we had the max volume here, price tapped into it and then rallied off. And then again here, we're marking the low to the high, and it appeared that rather than being a lot of volume here, all the volume was really in this high, which showed market participants were getting in here and along this. And along this area of high volume is where we should look to take trades, and therefore we should look to be selling around that sort of area. And again, you'd look for your Asia liquidity type trades. I mean, obviously you couldn't do that here because we had pound news this morning at 7, so that's obviously a bit obsolete, but still. And then again, I'll just final pair, I'll show you the same thing for Euro JPY. With that initial move there, initial distribution. After that, we tapped back into the max volume point and continued up. So again, I drew on from the low to the high again, so we get the new level. And again, it printed up here, which told me that this order block and really this level of price here was going to be, or really you'd say that level of price was going to be the one that would provide the most volatility, the most volume. You can see price traded up to it and then sold off. So yeah, really nice shit that we can be learning from this, boys. Very, very nice stuff. If you haven't watched my most recent YouTube video, you're cooking yourself, boys. I'll be real. Gold is running really nicely. Actually, wait, this is the wrong number, motherfucker. That's the wrong number. Psych. Let me see if I can actually do something real quick. 21. Can you do something for me? Alright, let me read these comments real quick, because I know there's going to be bears. But yeah, W or L chat for that analysis. What do you man think? Do you man like that type of way of looking at the market? Just think it brings something new? Let me know your thoughts. I personally love trading like that. One thing I'll tell you though is gold. You don't get nowhere near as much on gold. You don't really get as volume doesn't really play as much in gold. So just trade that how you'd be trading it. But yeah, really nice, man. We also had these 5 minutes, which again, I'm sort of at the moment I've got 2 charts kind of going on. So one of them's literally just for the volume, just so I can keep that eye. And what I'm gonna do when I'm off live is I'm gonna have my volume indicator here. So you man can't really see what I've got. Wait, let me take a picture of my setup right now, so you man know what I've got. Let me try to show you, man, what I've got. Alright, tell me if you lot can see that. Right, that's my setup right now. I want to have another monitor there, which is going to be just for my volume chart, and then my actual chart, and then, yeah. Yeah, so I'll show you on GU. Again, we had that initial, we had this region here that we're looking for price to return back to. So if we wanted to extend this line out, which we can. By the way, let's just do the last distribution just to make sure. Yeah, you can see the last distribution. So not only, there's 2 main moves we want to do from there to there, and then from there to there, because they was the 2 moves. And then obviously that one as a whole. And you can see this one and this one was the same, right? This one obviously a bit different, but we got a clear level of volume. So again, all you really want to do is, well, it's just up to you however you want to trade it, but just want to mark out your lines. This one is obviously the most highest probability. You can drag across your area of volume. So again, this is where you'd be looking to take positions. And then if you look at the actual 5 minute broken down, so you want to look at the market like this, and you can see sort of both things going on. This is why the other one looks so mad. There we go. Yeah, so you can see we've got our fair value gap here that we're trading into, and we've also got it as the volume aspect. The fact is an area of higher volume, higher volatility. So yeah, you can see how these are two completely different ways of analysing the market. And again, obviously here, I would still have to rely on what I already know. The stuff like the ALG, DTO continuation, my actual entry strategies to get into the move. So, yeah, chat. Should we have a look at, we can have a look at moves on EU. And again, this is the equivalent on EU. Was that 5 minute. But you can see the volume on EU was just a lot more, well, not a lot more, but a lot lower. If we look at the entire volume, so yeah. Again, if we go on EU, volume was there, traded into. So you can see in that instance, it was actually better than the DTO. I mean, not the DTO, what am I talking about? Than the fair value gap, sorry. Alright, but yeah, let me quickly read all the comments through, and then I'm going to I'm gonna read all the comments. Alright, Cheerio. Alright, someone's Swani. By the way, you're trying to mock our great nation. You've literally got. Are you Donald Duck, bruv? You got to do that to say your name. You've literally got to do a Donald Duck impression. Like, I've never known, bro. I've never known how people do the Donald Duck impression until I've just said your name, and now I realise how people do it. That sounds like Donald Duck. I never knew how to do it before trying to say your. This is past my reply to your troll. This is actually past my reply to your troll. That's dead ass. Like. That is how you start your name. Oh. You've made me £56,000 this week. Not sure why you've put on so much weight, Swanee, but maybe a little bit of a language barrier there. Alright, let me quickly read all these comments and I'll get back to... For some reason my eyes only linked on the the one troll comment. To be fair. Jer38. Me, W video, appreciate that. Great vid. Jer30 look nice, anyone take it. I haven't looked at it, bro. Are you still looking at EU shorts? Yeah, bro. Appreciate that, Jed. What you saying, V Gok? What you saying, Samuel? Thoughts on Yen Basket? Yeah, we've gone over that now. Yeah, this was a signal sent into the signal group, fellas, if you didn't know. I can show you. I might as well screenshot it and put it in the chat. Up to the morning and I step outside and I get real high. What's going on? Morning, EU2 756. Oh, you want EU higher? Okay. Oh, wait, no, 11756. Oh, you do want it higher. Damn, you want EU to come a lot higher. Jixers. For me, gold is moving undecisive. Yeah, I agree, man. I do agree. I don't trade gold that much, though. Made money in EU sales, lovely, bro. You see sales I'm looking at. What are you saying, David? What are you saying, bro? Gold to shorts to Friday low, fair play. I genuinely don't get a movement. Yeah, yesterday gold had the most bearish day it's ever had since 2013. Don't panic with gold though, boys. It's still a great thing to be holding. You got to look at the reality of shit. And what I know this is not really to do with, well, it is, but I remember hearing Jeff Bezos say this thing, and it always stuck with me when I'm looking at stuff like gold. Yeah, Jeff Bezos said when he first started Amazon, they first went public. And you see the stock price going up and going down, and all CEOs of other companies will be like crazy, like, oh no, the stock price dropped, and then and I remember Jeff Bezos saying he was one of the only people that was aware the company's not the stock. The company's still the same company. It's still got the same amount of customers. It's still got the same amount of sign-ups, and it's still generating the same amount of revenue. It's got the same amount of sponsors. The company's the same. The stock price is trading, and I want to translate that with gold. Like gold, yes, it's had that insane crash, but gold's not changed. Gold is still gold, right? Gold is still gold. Like the same reasons people was getting in gold are still true for the world today. There's indecision. Like the world hasn't finally been put to rights in the space of a day. Do you know what I mean? So just think of that analogy. Gold sells from 4.7. Again, yeah, quite high up. Yo, what you saying, Jim Bob? What you saying, bro? What you saying, Firefox, Tony? What you saying, Jeski, Randy? Tony, miss my EU short, fair play. I'll have a look at EU in a sec, boys. Bear with me. As soon as I finish all these comments, I'm going to look at gold. EU and GU. What are you saying, Tom? How you doing, bro? Check out gold. The fuck is happening with GU today? Yeah, GU, we had news, obviously, at 7 a.m., which is why the pair got nuked. What's the name of the indicator? It's not an indicator, bro. It is this here, this tool here. You click on where your long and short is, and it's this fixed range volume profile. I've got a YouTube video on it, boys. Watch this YouTube vid that I've put out. If you don't watch that vid, I'm not gonna lie, you're just not gonna make it. And I know I say that a lot, but genuinely, if you don't watch that vid, you're not gonna make it. This is me, like, out of all the concepts I could have taught you that you don't know, this one's like top 3 in this vid I've just put out. Out of everything I've never actually made a full YouTube video on, that one is top 3. So if you don't watch that, boys, like, I don't know. I don't know for you, boys. I don't know for you. So when the volume and our concepts align, it's good confluence. Yeah, that's it, man. You want to use them both with each other. Just check out their Instagram and join the Discord. You can find their indicator. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about this whole indicator here, it's this one here. Sessions, ranges, and equilibriums by Richesse. Just join the Discord and ask for it, bro. Someone will send it to you. Why can alpha limit your risk? Not me, just wondering. What do you mean limit your risk, bro? Gonna enter GU shorts, hope it drops, risking my whole account trying to pass. Wow. Good idea, you'll definitely pass. Fixed range volume profile. Yo, Lou, if you replay, does the volume tool take that into account? Because when I replay, it doesn't change the volume. Why would it change if you replay? It's done on time. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. I'm not really sure what you mean there, Jason. If you replay. Oh, you mean like these bits stay on? Well, yeah, but you don't really want these anyway. When I don't know if you're trying to use it to backtest or whatever. I don't know what you're doing, but I'll just pull up a Euro USD, fresh one. Don't know if it's got anything on it. Yeah, nothing on it. And just use it like this, bro. And as I said, just go back to the start and just start marking on your levels, boys. Just start drawing it on. Like, I don't know what you really mean about it when you go in replay mode. It still works in replay mode. Like, you can still go. Even though that's not the best example. Just showing you like, what happens. Even this random one we've drawn on, we can see how many people would have been waiting for an entry on this order block or on this fair value gap here. Loads of people, most people will be waiting for at least 50% of this to be tapped in or the order block, just because it's the most premium. But when we look at the most volume, we see the market, buyers and sellers are most happy to get in here. And if we turn it on like that, we can see sellers are very happy to step in at this point here and this point here. So mainly, again, what I say along consolidation. So I'm going to mark on this period of consolidation, and we know that this is a likely point for price to retrace to, like that. Right, because this was our, so this was our first distribution. So we can see very, very clearly. And I don't know if it would have the same effect if we drew it on here, but to be fair, wait, we're on the wrong time frame. We're on the 5 minute. You need to draw it on the right time frame. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'm just showing you how it works in replay mode. But yeah, and you can see you just go boom, boom, boom. And then what I would do when you see shit like this is go like that. Cool, nice. And then just go like that. Save. And then make an Excel document or a Word document with all these saved on, just so you know what you're doing. Because it is a very new concept to a lot of people. But yeah, it does work in replay mode. But I don't know if I misunderstood your question or something. But yeah. If you ain't watched the video, there's a 100% chance you are gay. I can't argue with that, and I really, really can't, honestly, Mehmet. So yeah, good point. W slap Josh, Kieran, M4, Josh. Volume confluence aligned with ALG is sweet. Trust me, bro. W Mehmet, Tom, Jed. Bro said, "Oi, cheerio, mate." Yeah, by the way, cheerio means goodbye. You basically said, "Oi, goodbye, mate. You've made me £56,000 this past week." Analyze GBP JPY. Wait, I'm nearly at the end of the 2 sets. Analyze GJ, no worries. We'll have a look at EJ. I'm going to quickly do EU, because I know EU is going to be what most people's looking at. So I want to do the initial distribution, because we know the first move, man. We know what's gone on for the first move. We can actually do this one, though. Again, nothing too much we can aim. There's not much volume there. And again, chat, the reason I'm using volume so much is because my higher time frame bias has been done. We have everything we need to draw on. We've got drawn on. You got to realize right now we're in a distribution process. We analyze the higher time frame so fucking well, chat. You man all know. I have had this order block marked. I know what goes on the higher time frame. I've got such a clear idea in my head. I know exactly what goes on. How many times have I been saying high swept, CRT low there, and we had leg, and then a break. So this was the start of our downtrend. So we had leg, retracement, leg, retracement. So next we should have a leg. And that is obviously what we've had. We've now had more than half of that leg. So we've got a clear idea of what we're doing. And we're going from our internal liquidity to our external liquidity. So I've got such a great idea from the stuff I already know. I've got such a good idea that we're already going down. And that right now is a distribution leg. So that's why I'm using volume so much, because we don't really need to look too much on. We don't need to look too much on where the points of interest are and stuff like that, I suppose. But yeah, you can still mark them out. You see, really, if you had to pick anything, it was this order block that we came into. Was it nicer on the 5 minute? To be fair, I think that was the nicest one. But yeah, so again, it would have given you confidence. It would have showed you we're not really going for this unmitigated wick. We're not really going to go all the way up to this high, because when we drew it on, we saw there was fuck all volume in it. Again, there was absolutely fuck all volume. And there was a lot of volume down here just before. So now we're going to mark on from the high to the low, because again, we can see what happened. Price just tapped into our area of volume and sold off. So now we want to see where the most volume is here. And we can see the most volume is coming from here. Really this area. Specifically there. So I'm going to go down onto the 5 minute now and see really what can we see. So first of all, this here, there was like a clear dominance. It was just this right here. And there was a lot of buyers and sellers in the market at that point. So let me get rid of this and see what we can see for EU. Yeah, we want price to return to this area. This sort of general area, to be honest, chat. Let's just... Obviously, we did have a lot of shock due to that news. It's really this bottom area that I'm more interested in than up here, to be honest. Because you can see we've got a lot of volume here, but we did come up and mitigate a lot of this, and now selling. So I'm not really interested in this. I'm more interested in this area here, this region here, with this consolidation here, and also this accumulation here as well. This is what I'm most interested in. So I'm going to just draw a little area from there. And then we want price to come into that. So obviously, again, we're not going to just use a fucking region. We're going to then do what we know, or how we know to trade price already. So then we can get much... Sorry, I'm stuttering over my words. We can clean up our chart a little bit and draw on the stuff that we like to normally do anyway, which is our order blocks for our re-entry. And again, this is nothing new to what we trade. We're just finding an area of high volume just to make sure. What I'm actually going to do is do the entire Asia session as well to see if it gives us any confluence. Yeah, nice. So you can see, again, price is very happy trading within these areas. You can see all throughout the Asia session, price was trading along here. There's a lot of volume along this level. We know we're going to the downside. I've not got really any doubts about that. So again, this is why I'm trading volume so much. And yeah, you can see the area was clearly this consolidation that consolidation there. If you're wondering how I make it a line, I basically got one saved as number 1, which is just the default it gives you. Sorry if I've got to really do it again tonight. So I've got one saved as number 1, which is just a preset. And then I've got number 2, where I just make this 0 and turn off the volume profile. And then you just get a line of just the volume. So yeah, now we've got a bit more confidence as to where to trade into. So that's what I'll be looking for. That's what I'll be looking at for EU. What are you saying for EU longs? Yeah, I'm not really looking at EU longs. What am I watching? Hitting it all time. Hey Cole, why are you trying to buy EU? Well, yeah, Cole, what's your confidence in for that, bro? And again, chat, if we draw it out and we're seeing that the most of the volume is coming from down here, then we're of course going to look for buyers. Same way on JPY. This is basically what we did for JPY pairs. We was expecting it to be up here, and then when we drew it on, if you remember, it was actually down here, which told us, all right, we're actually going to be buying up. So again, JPY, you can see, was expecting, it's actually on this one, innit? Was expecting it to be, is it on this one? I don't even know where it is. I can't actually see it. Oh no, it's because the lines. But yeah, was expecting it to be, here's, as you can see, that's the line there. Was expecting it to be up here, so we was going to look for sells, but then it printed at the low, which showed that we're more looking for reversals. So, yeah. Everyone drop a like on this fucking video right now, chat. Everyone drop a like. Donald Dutch Cooks, we're just taking the EU sell. Wait, let me quickly seal these comments. We're just taking the EU sell. Yeah, EU sell looked nice, bro. Did look nice, obviously. We'd have preferred it if this happened literally just a few hours or like an hour and a half after. If we just closed here for the Asia session and the London session did that and then that, then yeah, that would have been ideal. But yeah, still definitely positions you could have taken. We knew we was going to get sells from this type of region, so it's just about applying it. Gonna watch it and note it all down in notes. Sweet, bro. Lou, do you reckon the public's opinion on gold's most bearish day in 12 years will make people continue to sell, ultimately helping Jim Bob's trade? Yeah, so the big thing about gold, right, is you got to think, I saw a tweet, it was so funny. So who saw the people on this weekend queuing up to buy gold, lining up to buy gold? Who saw that? You man saw that, right? People queuing up to buy gold. I know you man saw that. On the weekend, everyone queuing up, bro. These man were queuing up to be exit liquidity. Literally, right? We still want higher prices. We do still want higher prices, in my opinion, for gold. But if you look here, so this is the Monday. So when retail finally found out was here, right? This was the weekend. So retail finally found out here. So this is where we actually saw the retail rush. People out on the street queuing up to buy actual gold bars and shit. Right, so that was that move there. The initial move on the Monday opened up, so everyone's up, right? And everyone's looking at their portfolio going, bro, this is amazing. I bought gold this weekend. I'm already up 5%. Like, I've already made, I don't know, 50 quid in a day. Like, this is insane. This is so bullish. And now, now they have that big sell-off. Now notice, all the people that bought physical gold, right, this is important. All the people that bought physical gold, which is retail, remember a lot of them bought actual physical gold bars. They can't just close it here. They can't just close their position here, right? All it means is that retail was buying gold here, and then after the Monday, even if you got FOMO'd on the Monday, you would have been buying. So you essentially, retail would have bought gold from here to here. Right, they would have bought gold from there to there. Now that means that they have now forever got in at a bad price. There's forever liquidity at this point because there's always people that have bought at the worst price. It basically top ticked it, right? They've bought it at the worst price. And now they've got to hold it. So if we can push price lower, it's just less risk for people that are trading it. Because we know there's a huge amount of holders, a huge amount of retail liquidity along this price here anyway. Right? And then obviously what we're seeing is people that didn't physically buy it are obviously closing, profit taking, securing all their profits, people that bought it digitally or in futures or whatever, taking their profits, which is causing the market to fall. All these people are getting dunked on as people are making their profit off of them. So these people are getting dunked on, people are taking profit. And then obviously all the way down to here where we are now. And then even now what we're seeing is people still entering shorts and really just pushing the market down, because you got to think, if we, even though we know we really are going to come up eventually again, it's gold at the end of the day, people have got in here, retail have got in here. So if they can close their positions there, if people took their profits here and can push the market down even further, say we buy back in at, I don't know, this point here. If we buy back in at this point here, we've now got this area here where you, as an institution, you can't really lose because you're just getting in at a cheaper price than everyone else. Remember, all the noobs, all the retail bought physical gold at this point. So there's all this area here. From there, obviously not here, this is just what I've drawn on. But say this is where they push the price down to. Right, they push the price down to even here. It just means they're getting a cheaper price than the average investor. So it will go up eventually. But it means they'll make £99 or whatever. And retail will make £20. So essentially, the further it drops mean the bigger the edge that institutions get over retail investors when we eventually do return to the upside. So right now we're seeing greed from institutional investors pushing the market down, and best believe that they will be buying this back up eventually. We're just dunking on retail right now, which is kind of funny. Being reported on the news so much, yeah, man. Do you have 30 longs? Yeah, what's your analysis for that, bro? The video from last night on volume profile is just what I need to level up. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, Elliot. He means you can't backtest volume using that tool. Yeah, I think you can. You can. Yeah, I realised already. Sweet. Yes, how are you? I'm all good, bro. How are you, John? Bit late for me. Yeah, I know, man. 86 man, only 17. Yeah, come on, boys. Everyone drop a like on the stream. Will EU fall further? I believe so, yeah. And GU, yes, I believe so. Can't see the time frame. I'll get it on in a sec, boys. What do you think about JER 30 longs? A lot of people are telling me about JER 30 longs. What are you, man, seeing on JER 30? I think this is the end of the comments now. Yeah, cool. All right. I remember watching the volume video and the mentor and W video as well. Appreciate that, bro. Real OGs know we've been trading this for a while, but now we're bringing it to you, man, fully again. Can you check gold? Yeah, we're looking at gold right now, bro. We're in sales right now in the Signal group. Lining up to be liquidity is next level pain. Yeah, trust me. Literally on the streets on a Saturday to be liquidity. You think a stop loss is bad, Lamal? Yeah, for real. For real. They've got to hold that shit forever now. And it means they're going to have to hold that shit. I said that in a bit of a gay accent, didn't I? That was weird. But they're going to have to hold that shit, because what it means is they now can't exit. It's really, really clever stuff, boys. It's really clever stuff. You got to think, now institutions hold all the control over these retail investors. Because they got in at such a high price, they can't sell. They're at the behest, they're at the mercy of the institutions. When it pushes up, that's when they can sell. But they know for a fact they can control the market of this region, because retail aren't going to sell. Retail aren't going to close these positions for a loss after a few days. Retail's only going to close it when we're back up here. So we are really free to push the market down and down and down and down and down. And these guys can't close. They can't close. They have to lose value, lose value, lose value, lose value. This just means that the institutions are fully in control. They can push the value down, push it down. These are the guys getting fucked. The retail, the ones that lined up to be exited on, these are the ones getting fucked. We're pushing the market down and down and down and down. And the institutions got all of the control over retail. And only when they decide to either A, push it up, which means these lot can finally start getting out or taking profit, or B, push it so far to the downside that the retail investors no longer see it as a viable hold and just have no choice but to sell their gold on the open market. So, yeah, that's pretty much why it's so clever what we're seeing right now from investors. They have complete control. They either push it up. They control when these men can get in or out. They've trapped them here. Essentially, they've trapped them there, and these men can't do fuck all until institutions decide it's time. So yeah, you definitely want to be on the side of the retail, on the institutional bears right now. DAX waiting for manipulation of the Tuesday low. I'm waiting for JER30 shorts. A lot of people are trading JER30. Let me quickly look at EU one more time, and then we'll have a look at it. To be fair, EU shorts actually could be nice, man. That does look nice as fuck, boys. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little smooth. I'm a little dream. Frozen for anyone who just met. Oh my god, Jed. I didn't want to comment it because Mason still already said it. But when you sent that picture to the fucking the loyals, I thought that was you as well. I thought it was like a childhood picture of you. When like the little picture came up, it looked so much like you. Well, I don't know what it is about. Like, is that a face swap of you? Because that actually looks so much like you. That low kit, that actually looks like Mason, boys. This here is Mason when he was younger, like that there. That right there is Mason. He didn't used to be as fat as that, like, but he used to be chubby, but he used to be like that. That was his trim and there was his glasses. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Mace had a crazy glow up, bruv. Real talk. Mace had a crazy glow up. Bro, me and Mace, bro, the drip me and Mace, let me tell you the exact drip me and Mace used to wear when we was little, yeah. This is how we first started becoming pals, because our dads were mates in it, so we just used to chill with each other on random days. Bro, we used to wear chinos, always chinos for some reason, never jeans, never always chinos, tan chinos, Astros, and a Ralph Lauren polo top. No matter where we was going, what we was doing, it was chinos, Ralph polo top, Astros on the feet. And then Mace always used to have these rascal Ray-Bans he used to wear as well. And maybe on a special day a little snapback, but only ever used to have one snapback. What prop firm you use, my boy? And have you got a code? I'm gonna use your shit, Gara. Yeah, bro. We have gotten a code with Alpha Capital Group. So use code Richesse, bro. Once you use that, Garm, send me a message or a screenshot of you using it, and I'll get you in the mentorship or the signals for free for 1 week. That is the same. Anyone else who wants to join the mentor, who wants to use my code with a prop firm, Richesse gonna get you about 15% off. Which is like £150 on a 200k account. It's like £75 on a thingy account, 100k. Alpha Capital Group, best prop firm in the UK, boys. Most reliable in the UK by far. So yeah, just get involved in them, man. Use my code. You're going to get a discount and you can get in the mentorship and signals for a week. And they're the best firm anyway. No brainer. Go use my code. And make sure, remember, boys, screenshot you using it. Send it to me so I can get you in the mentorship or signals. Sweet, Garms. You can have a little week in the signals then as well if you want it. Don't have to take it, obviously. Do know you're already in the mentorship. Can never turn up on non-uniform days in Astros, though. That's straight violations. Nah, primary school is Astros only, bro. Primary school is Astros only. In secondary school, yeah, bro. Oh, mate, I had a business model, bro. You man don't even know. I don't even know if I can say this. Oh, it was years ago now, so I can say this. See, who you man know probably now about what's the app called where people buy all the fake arms? Oh, we got we go buy. I can't remember what they call it now. Panda buy they call it now, and that they got all the spreadsheets of all the fake arms. Like the subreddit for that now has got like I think 3 million members. When I knew about it, me and my one boy from secondary school, the fashion rep subreddit had literally 20,000, 30,000 people in there. No one knew you could order good quality fake arms. Everyone just thought, it's just like LV belts or like Nike shoes with 2 ticks. No one knew you could actually get good shit. So in secondary school, me and my mate would tactically buy shit that would cost like £100 to £200, and we'd order it in for like a tenner. And then on uniform day, we'd flex the fuck out of it, and then be like, "Oh, well, you want one? Yeah, I can get you this for a nice price, bro. Boom, sell it for 130. It's worth £2. We paid 20 quid for it. Smash, smash, smash. Another little cheat code. We used to buy and sell Supreme, so I'd buy a real item of Supreme. Yeah, so I've got the order confirmation. So I've got the text confirmation come through. Like, congratulations, you've bought the product. And then I'd go on the thing and order like 10 fake versions and just flood the market. That was a business. I do not recommend that at all, boys. Do not do that. Do not do that. This was when I was a minor. I wasn't even of age at this point. But that was that was probably the first time I made good money. That's probably the first time I made like £1,000 in like a week. Blue jeans, brightest Astros, and a footy top. Bosh. Mehmet still wears that today. That's what Mehmet wears to church, bruv. Or fucking mosque, I don't know. Blue jeans, Astro, and a footy top. If you wore that to mosque, if you wore that to church, you'd probably get bad looks. If you wore that to the mosque, I can imagine, bro, one of the uncles just absolutely violate him. Yeah, let me know what you're looking at on Jer30 though, people. Some people's looking at buys, some people looking at sells. Let me know. Looking like sells right now, chat. So, I mean, this isn't the cleanest at all. We've got monthly CRT here, which should really be hit. Oh no, my bad. The monthly bullish one's been completed. Then we got weekly CRT caused by that flash crash, where we had the initial candle. This one manipulated it. This one distributed down. So we want this one to distribute down as well. However, this one, rather than distributing down those last little points, instead decided to reverse on us with that mad candle. After that mad candle on Monday, we've now seen it be manipulated on Tuesday, taking out the high and closing back within the range. And not bad. And now we've got the low to trade into. So now we've got the CRT on the weekly, high, low, and we've got the order block on, CRT on the daily, high, low. Something that concerns me though is this does look like it may not want to come back to here anyway. Just because it does look like a distribution, manipulation for a retracement, all the way back down to the order block, and then an initial move up to then continue up. But right now, I do think we're probably going to have some sells just to really at least fill this, because we've got this imbalance here. So I don't know what imbalance I've got marked out there, but this is the imbalance I'll be looking to trade into. So yeah, what we're looking to trade price into right now, I wouldn't say is this. I wouldn't even majorly say this. I'd just say this imbalance, because whether we want to go and continue, or whether we want to go, we have to trade it into this fair value gap first to then either go up or then go down. So yeah, that fair value gap will be what I'll be targeting price to trade into. And we're going to go on the half hour and see what we can gauge from it. So this is obviously the sweep there. So this is what we've got. We made the high. We got this is yesterday. We had yesterday bought up during London session, bought up again during late New York session, and then obviously had to sell off. So what I want to check the volume from this first and foremost, because we know what's happened price action wise. We've clearly swept the high and then rejected. So bomb, again, I'm trying to train you man's brain to be using this tool. From the high to the low. Wait for it to... Don't tell me it doesn't work on indexes. Why doesn't it work on here? Why can't I use it on here? Why can't I use it on that, chat? Please tell me it was just that one pair. No, it is everything. Alright, fairs. That's annoying, chat. You can't use it on that Jer 40. 40, sorry. I'm going to have to use a different Jer 40 now, just because of that. Forex.com. Fuck yourself, lad. Right, I'm going to have to re-fucking mark all this up now. That is double long. It's double long. All right, let me speed run this real quick. Chat, now let me know your bias while I'm doing this. Let me know your bias, man. You ready? How quick I can speed run this, yeah? All right, 3, 2, 1. Now. Shit. So now we can actually use the volume profile on this fucker. This little fucker. What's going on? Because I see people saying longs and shorts both respectively on this pair, so be interesting to see. Again, I'm just... Alright, sweet. Now we can actually see what's gone on. I'm going to actually move it to there. I don't know, because this was the real manipulation, if we're being honest, right? I know I will keep that on just so we know where it officially is, but yeah. So now we can actually try and gauge some shit from the market. So yesterday, we know it was a bullish day. On Tuesday. Yeah, so we can see. Bro, can you look at gold? Yeah, we're bearish on gold, boys. Bearish on gold. I need another coffee, man. Who remembers the V-neck t-shirts with different colours around the sleeves? Yeah, I remember them. I never used to, that was before my time to wear, but I do remember them. Check out gold. Always Astros in primary. Always, bruv. You never know when the call-up's coming. You never know when the call-up's coming, boys. What if you go to school in fucking Lubes or Valentino's and you fucking get the call from Southgate or Capello at the time? You get the call from Capello. Oh, no, sorry, I can't play for England. I've wore Lubes to school rather than my Astros. You'd be fuming. That's why I used to wear Astros. I know that. Now, someone done my boy for 4K in reps. It was a dark time before the seller when it came to light. Yeah, trust me. Bro, because no one knew about it. That's what I'm saying. No one knew. Only recently people knew. Bro, I knew about this fashion rep shit like 7 years ago. It was, oh boys, like, that was prime. That was so, it had all the shit. I'd be like, bro, this is so easy. It was before Depop got bait as well. Oh, mate, it was unreal. Depop was like the Wild West, bro. Depop, like, the Depop taught me all I needed to know about life. I learned life lessons through Depop. You know the one life lesson I learned through Depop as well that translates to trading? Only do something if you can repeat it again. So only make money from something that you can repeat. I kept making money off Depop, but then my accounts kept getting banned. I was like, bro, this is shit. Spending time working on something that could just get taken away from me. What's the point? Whereas trading, do you know what I mean? It's repeatable. Once you learn it, you repeat, you repeat, you repeat. You can do it again, 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 again. So only ever bother learning stuff that you can repeat. Hi, mate. Can you show me how you determine the volume area for EU, please? Watch my video I put up yesterday, bro. It's just this tool here. Volume profile, and you put on from the point A, the low, to point B, the high. Oh, mate, this is one of them annoying pairs where the sessions is the wrong colour as well. Oh, it's completely unaligned, like completely and utterly unaligned, chat. This is fucking annoying. Is there no Jer 30 that's like actually working? What about this one? Does this one work? Does the Richesse one work? No, it fucking doesn't. Okay. Alright, so regardless, we can see the max volumes coming from that point there. And people are really trading at these sort of points. So you see max volumes obviously came from people buying around here. And if we do the actual hole from the low all the way to the last high before the real distribution down, yeah, similar point. So all the volumes come in. Yeah, it's this sort of area here, right? This is where there's going to be volatility. You can see literally all of the volumes coming from this point. So we can see buyers and sellers are definitely battling over this point. Definitely battling over this point. If we look at the whole initial distribution, a lot of the volumes coming from buyers though, bearing in mind. And this most recent leg down, literally all of it's come from buyers. So you can see there's a lot of buyer pressure right now. A lot of buyer pressure. It's annoying, man. We can't turn on our fucking indicator to actually see the Asia session properly for me to fully show you a trade. It's bare annoying. But yeah, I actually can't really trade the market in the same way without seeing any of this. But I'd probably just look for a sell from here. Even there, we can see, yeah, there's just no volume in this area up here. There's just none at all. I mean, the initial sells were from that area. Again, the initial sells was around here. Yeah, man. It's one of them local resets, literally, bruv. Can you look at gold, please? Yeah, 2 secs, bro. Slap, I swear down 4 bags, you could hardly tell too. Yeah, trust me, bro. Because back then, people's trust was high as well. Because they thought like fake stuff would be like a like literally LV or Gucci bag that had C's on it rather than G's. As long as it had G's on it and it come with a fucking tag that said Gucci, people would just assume it was real. I'm in sales position on DAX since yesterday. Nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, this is the area I'd be looking for sells at. Everyone's telling me thoughts on gold, thoughts on gold. Yeah, man. Gold shorts, boys. We've got gold shorts in the Discord. We've had them in the Signal group. So that is what we're looking for. Let me get rid of all these old irrelevant points on gold right now. Keep that. So, yeah. Gold, man. We're just looking for sells. Just looking for sells. See, EU looks like it's just filled the imbalance and left off. Very close to our area. You can see, though, still within that type of area. What's GU do? Yeah, GU's not tradable, is it? My bad. We get rid of that. Let's do that. Yeah. All right. Fair play. So we can see if the reason why it was a bit higher is because we did that distribution as well. If we do this, still though we can see if we get rid of our actual area, just for a quick second, put that there, put that back there. Again, we can see we had two areas of consolidation, really what we expected price to come back into. So you can see that one there, and then that one there. You can see it did come back into that one, but again, you're not going to get entries all the time, chat. You're not going to always get an entry. But it is going to tell you like the region where you're most likely to get a good trade. It does work. It just glitches out when sometimes you refresh your page, bro. Joe 30 even moves weird for yeah, literally, bro. Literally, calms. You can use it. Can you check gold? Yeah, bro. We've had a look at gold now. Lou, just refresh your page. Oh shit. For me, yeah, it doesn't work on DXY for me. Is you can't use it on indices. Just change the broker's chart to one that allows it. Lyland Scott. yeah, the Lyland Scott, bruv. Lonsdale. I don't know about that. I didn't even never used to rock Lonsdale. Lyland Scott though for sure. On my days, so aura when you're in lesson and the PE teacher asks you and the boys to go to the footy game. Yeah, trust. Bro, our school was just a joke. They didn't even bother making a football team for our year. Our year they just didn't give a fuck about. Like, honestly, I remember that in school. We had no football team. We didn't have any teams, really. We did in, like, year 7, and then we just fucked it off. Because, bro, everyone who's good at football, our year was insane. They used to just kick everyone out. Like, so many people in my year got kicked out. Like, so many people. I still got 2 bill worth of shit in my warehouse. No way. Got all of that in, bro. Bro, how come you're not looking at gold? Because we're already in gold, bro. We're already in gold shorts, man. We know exactly what we're looking for on gold. We got this sent into the signals. We're running about 2.5 are up right now. Yeah, over 2 are up right now. So, yeah, signal members are up for the week. So, there's no need to stress, boys. We know what we're doing on gold. I'm in sales for gold. Fair play one only. Us too, bro. NAS 100. Same. Nice. Akshay. What do you mean about the indicator or about the tool? Nah, Ed Matty is actually doing bit streaming in the US. Can't knock it. Yeah, nah, Ed Matty's doing well, bruv. Ed Matty's doing well. Did Kevin change his name to Vex? Anyone who can see, click the crown with XP and find his PFP unless I'm bugging. No, I don't think so. I don't think he changed it. I know Vex. Vex has been it. Wait. Oh, what? You mean he just changed his name? He didn't make a new account. Mehmet, you pretty sure you have... Mehmet, pretty sure on YouTube you have name and a username. Yeah. That must be it then. Step in the morning and I look outside and where have you been? Oh my life. Right, let's get rid of some of that. Yeah, again, boys, code Richesse for your prop firm discount. You get 15% off Alpha Capital Group. You can see we should have just moved that a little bit down to include the full accumulation. And that would have been in our region. Again, no chat. You can see what's going on, man. You can see how simple this makes it. Obviously, right here we went for the order block, which was the wrong entry. If you would have gone for the fair value, then yeah, you would have done well. Obviously, the RR is not good. It wasn't good enough for me to have gone off the fair value gap. Otherwise, obviously, you probably would have preferred to do so. So you would have had to set a deeper TP. There's not really much anywhere to aim for. I would just aim for, go to the left. Do we have any areas? Yeah, so this area here I'll be targeting because there's probably going to be a fair value gap. Can't be asked to check it, but there's probably is going to be a fair value gap there, isn't there? So if you are an EU, for fuck's sake, it's going to be... Bruh! Is there a fucking fair value gap at this point or not? Like, seriously, bruv. Alright. There is one here, which not really any further away than where we already are. Yeah, you'd have to just do set 14. Set 2 to 1. If you got in on that, fair play. If you got in on that, fair play. Levi Colwell was in my year. He was in Chelsea Academy from like 11 years old. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's how old's Levi Colwell? $22. That is 30. My brother used to play for a Charlton Academy for like most of his life, from like probably the age of like 10 to 16 or something like that, or 10 to 17. I remember him, he played against Reece James. I remember him saying he was like the best player he played against. In my school, we didn't really have any ballers, to be fair. Trying to think. No, we didn't really have any ballers. Our PE teacher used to be Chelsea captain, women's team. Used to be captain of the Chelsea women's. And that was about it. So, who else did we have? Did we have anyone else good? I'm trying to think. A girl in our school's dad was the Leyton Orient manager. We had that. What else did we have? Joey Essex went to our school. Not a football player, but a very intelligent prospect. Also Gemma Collins. Always on day release, so he never played for our school team. Yeah, bro, that's what fucked my brother. They better get onto you if you play for your school team. My brother was at Charlton Academy, yeah, for like 10 years. And he played for the school team, but our school team used AstroTurf. Which is so stupid. I don't even know why he played on that. But yeah, he played for the school team and broke his leg. At the age of like 16, and he was out for probably about 2 years. He had to spend like 2 weeks in hospital. It was a peak leg break, but yeah, that sort of fucked his whole career just from playing at school. It's not worth it if you're in an academy, man. It's honestly not worth it, bro, playing for your fucking school. Risking your future for a fucking school team, like the teacher wouldn't even fucking turn up if he had a cold. Yeah, used to be in our friend group, but went ghost after school. I can't blame him. Yeah, true. So, bro, you should hit him up, mate. Be like, bruv, I'm trying to learn to trade. Do you reckon you could sweep me a funded account? Like, but yeah, that is sick though, El Slapo. Levi Cole, he's actually a baller as well. He's actually a baller. He went down the right path after us man didn't. No, you man don't. Trust me, bro. He's going to be like, oh, you know, I know El Slapo, that trader. You know El Slapo, that trader that graduated from Richesse. You know Richesse, the one who's now leader of the UK, dictator of the UK, and his loyal community member El Slapo. Yeah, I went to school with him. Oh yeah, and Levi Colwell, but mainly El Slapo. That's what people are going to be saying about you, bro, Slapo. He's a baller, man. I miss him. Yeah, no, he was a baller. Charlton, a good team, to be fair. Yeah, there was a good academy. They had a lot of players there. They had Their main boy when my brother was there was Joe Gomez. Yeah, Joe Gomez. My school was boring as fuck. We had no one intelligent. It's mad though, because Levi Colwell was never the best in my year. Had a Southampton academy player who was in goal, was a baller outfield as well. See him working in Asda a couple of months back. Pfft, that's crazy, isn't it? That shit is actually. Do you man see them TikToks? It's like and it's like a picture of him next to Mbappe. Then 2 years later, it's him on a building site. It's bare sad. It always goes like that though. Like the best player never makes. I remember the best guy in our school. Yeah, he was a goalkeeper as well. England goalkeeper. England and Tottenham, and just never made it. Best player always somehow. Yeah, trust me, it's because the best player never takes it seriously. He always likes to party too much. He thinks he's just gonna get it regardless. Any pairs you man wants to have a look at, let me know. Right, Joe 40's at this area now. It's so annoying, bro. I feel like I can barely trade it because I can't actually see the Asia session properly. I'm gonna have to fucking draw it on myself just so I can actually trade this shit. This is actual gutter stuff. I'm actually drawing on my Asia session. That is right, isn't it? Bugging. Yeah, nice. This one is genuinely looking nice. Now I'll take a bit of a better look at it. High swept and low swept. The only thing, man, we're seeing loads of buyer pressure down. We're seeing loads of people, loads of volume down here. Loads of fucking volume. Probably best to go on the 1 minute and wait for a change of character. We'll wait and see, man. Who's still looking at Jer 40? A lot of people were earlier. We'll see if people have still got their eyes on. Yeah, man. Just checking there's not... Right, nice. We've actually got a proper bit of candleage now to see if we can break. Let's wait and see. Again, we're not fussed on the actual specific POI. It's just this area in general. We're waiting for refinement anyway. You see, it's this area specifically, man. Might not have a move. Might not have a move. As we said, there was loads and loads of volume in that low, so I wouldn't be happy to take it just off an order block. As we said, we can see loads of people getting in buys down here. So loads of people. Yeah, this is the point here though, man. This is the point where we can expect volatility. What are you saying, H2? What are you saying, bro? Yeah, everyone get out that new YouTube video. If you haven't already watched it, chat, get out that. Get out that. Live execution sells. Bomb. Yeah, you want to wait for confirmation. Bro, I swear everyone on Instagram, this is how they trade. Or on TikTok. This is what average person on TikTok, like how they trade. Sell or buy. We're hoping for sells, bro, but we're waiting for confirmation. We're waiting for confirmation first. Again, you can live execution if you want, but I'd really want to wait. Remember, we've got a fair value gap here, so we should know if price wants to continue or if it wants to just reverse. Waiting for the close. Waiting for the close below first, chat. Yeah, any other pair, let me know what you man want me to have a look at. So when times changed, also does it? Yeah, bro, it does change. Daylight savings, yeah, man, it does. It does change, brother. Lou, how do you use Friday 50%? May says he doesn't trade unless he's above Friday 50%. May says he doesn't trade without it being above, but are you more? Yeah, I'm more flexible with it, bro. I'm more flexible. It's good confirmation, though. It is good confirmation. It just, for me, sort of more depends what phase of the market you're in. Like, in something like this, you're just not really going to get that at all points. But if you want to wait for them specific points, then Yeah, as I said, it's not really the way I don't look at it as a massive thing. It's just a confirmation for me. For Mace, it's one of his main things. For me, it's just a little extra thing that I look for. But yeah, we all trade a little bit differently. Again, we're waiting for an inversion. Gold. Gold's having a bit of a rally at the moment. A little bit of a rally. But yeah, overall we are still short on it. High time frame wise, we haven't really gone into anything significant. I mean, we've near enough come down back to the 4,000. It would be nice to break 4,000. If we could break that back down into the 3,000, that would be good as well, because that will really fuck with retail investors. Everyone who bought gold at that time, is really going to fuck with them if it goes down. Arsenal have never lost or conceded in a Champions League group/league phase game at the Emirates Stadium under Mikel Arteta. 9 games, 26 goals, 0 conceded. That is cold. Maybe it's the daily to open price, because basically the price of 5 AM UK time, it's based on New York. Yeah, bro. Oh, you mean for the... Yeah, it's a bit limiting, isn't it? But yeah, no, it's a good extra. It's just good, especially if you're starting out. That's probably why he speaks about it a lot, because obviously Mace's main thing when he's speaking to you, man, as well, is teaching. And like, it's just a good thing for new traders, because it's either there or it's not. It's not like something you've got to look for. It's either in there or it isn't, and it just is going to help. So, yeah, man. People looking at GJ. I don't know what you'd really be wanting to do with GJ, bro, other than to just sell the fuck out of it right now. Yeah, it's looking just bearish right now, bro. There's not really much can be said. Obviously, the pound right now, we know, is very bearish. UK with high inflation again. Where have you been? I know a lot of people's going to see this as an order block here that we've tapped into to rally to the upside. But I'm not too keen on that, if I'm honest. I'm way more keen on sells, to be honest, chat. Way more keen on sells. We wait until we actually did have a close below, so you technically could have got in, like here. We did have an inversion, but it's not exactly the cleanest of inversions. So yeah, technically you could be in like this from the 50% and the inversion, and I would be aiming for 4-1. Four to one. Yeah, we'll wait till it has a proper close, because that would have been a little bit hindsight wise. All right, now there we go. There we go. So let's wait till we come, hopefully retest it, because we should close below properly now. Still want to wait and see. Again, to be fair, on the 1 minute, if we actually draw out the 1 minute properly, I think I was looking at the 2 minute before, yeah. I was looking at the 2 minute before, but the 1 minute here, we quickly delete this. If we get a close below. So if you entered on the 2 minute, you would already be invalid, you would already be in. 150 points there. And as we said, when we actually look at the when we actually draw out the volume profile, we can see the majority of the volume came from down here. So this is we don't really want to be going for the low. We want to be targeting this region like that, as we said. So yeah, depends however you would have got in. Don't know if anyone is actually in on this trade. You might have got in off this initial entry, or you might be waiting for the other one. We'll track this one through just until we come back up, if we come back up. Let me actually, I'm going to screenshot this, but I'm also going to take a photo of the other one. Because, yeah, we technically didn't close below on the 2 minute, but that was the one we was using. So, we closed below the... Yeah, we didn't close below anything, to be fair. Didn't close below on the 2 minute. Didn't close below on the 1 minute. Hopefully we can have price return to it one more time. Although it is running pretty nicely already, chat. Yeah. This bitch might just run, to be fair. Looks like the 1 minute entry would have been the one. You can see how well this shit works, though. Not bad from Arteta, trust me, bro. I can't lie, I'll give him this season, maybe the next, and they'll look for someone new. Nah, man, you know, why would you get rid of Arteta, bro? Like, it's so dumb. Such a dumb, like... The only reason, yeah, you see other fans, people that don't support Arsenal say this because they're actually low-key scared of Arteta because he's actually made us good again. But they don't want to say that, so they go, well, he's just not won anything. So, yeah, I think Arsenal should get rid of him. It's just cope. It's such cope. Like, he has made us so much better. If you think there's anyone that can come in that would make us better, then, yeah, I don't know for you. It's not FIFA. Like, you can't just bring in someone randomly. Not going to lie, yeah. Obviously, I don't really trade Joe 40, but we did give a few entries that you could have got in on the live execution. You could have got in on the... to be fair, the 1 minute was a bit of a bullshit one because we only closed below on the 2 minute. So the only way really you could have got in this was the live execution all the way up here, which, fuck me. If you did get in on that, you're creaming, you're laughing. If not, you're probably still waiting for this to come back up. Which hopefully we can, chat. But... low-key unlikely right now. Lovely move, man. I'm not really too bothered. I just want this move to come through because it was the move that we marked out. It was the move we marked out during... That's why it looks so weird. I was wondering why it looked so weird. There we go. Eric Ten Hag. Did the same with Ravenga though, then regretted it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mehmet, man. And to be fair, you got to think with Arteta, he got us into this position. Like, it was completely and utterly his tactics that got us there. If it was any other manager, we wouldn't be playing the same way. So you could just go off the order block here as well, potentially. But, yeah, why not? Yeah. Where have you been? I only support Arsenal when they are winning. I'm one of them ones. Now, that's terrible, bro. They've disappointed me too many times after the past 10 years. Bruv, if you're not there for the L's, you don't deserve to be there for the dubs. What's wrong with you, bruv? What is wrong with you, lad? Who's watched the most recent YouTube vid, chat? If you still haven't watched it, it's an absolute must watch. It's a must fucking watch, chat. It's a must watch. Yeah, 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 yeah. Where have you been? Oh my life. Deji's still uploading videos like this in 2025. Black man tries the first ever KFC. Fucking hell, Deji. Like, maybe 10 years ago that would have done well. Being broke will make you less of a man.
Will make you less of a man. Not trying to change that the best that you can. Whether that's working or stretching the gram. Catch me warming up my cocaine and like stretching his hands. Got an away game down in country with several fans. Trippy young nigga, they could always tell it was man. Yeah, I look fly when I was broke, but I look better with bands. I was a kid but felt like less of a man. So I skipped my test and went to leases instead. Had a test in the grams. There's one or two good about the streets and the rest of it's bad.
Check gold. Nice. Just updating the boys. Prius to me. Why not target London low on Jer? Because we've got all the volume from this sell off here. All of the volume from this sell here is coming from here. So all the volume's here, which tells us there's a very, very big interest in price coming back down to this specifically. And then when we get back to where we don't know, we could continue up, we could continue down. There's no need to aim for the low. If we needed to for a 2-to-1, yeah, it makes sense. This right here is like a 4-to-1 or like a 3-to-1, something like that. Aiming for here. So we want to aim for an area of higher probability. We know price is very, very likely to want to return to this because there's so much volume in this. So we know it's likely price is going to want to return to it. Broke, but being broke don't make you. It's Jer 30, the same as Jer 40. Yeah, bro. I remember laughing at my brother who cried at Brazil losing 7-1. That is crazy. Moving like David Luiz, bruv. Yeah, that's true. It's just you need those trophies now. You got the squad. Yeah, we got no excuses now, man. What's the indicator you're using for sessions? It's our own one, bro, that we made for our members. So just get in the Discord. Link's in the description. It's a free Discord. It's where we chill, send our positions, stuff like that. It's called Sessions, Ranges and Equilibrium. So yeah, just join the Discord and just drop a message saying, can I have the indicator or something. main road. Nice. Lovely. Let's get a close below this, man. As we said, as we've already talked about institutionally, our opinions on gold, our thoughts on gold just makes complete sense. Wasn't on a bet with me now. Bet you now he will have a bet with Fred again. Unpopular opinion, Fredo's overrated. Lou, do you follow that guy Jokes? His Haram post about Arteta is so fucking funny. Yeah, trust me. I don't use Instagram, but I remember that guy Jokes from when I did. He's so funny. He's on Twitter now anyway. But yeah, he's Jokes, bruv. The Haram Ball Derby. Tour life's risky. Ain't just fun. Alright, people saying Fredo's overrated, so looks like we're putting someone else on. Money, just dance. Okay, this song's up next, and I can't not put it on whenever it requests it. Like, this is an absolute tune. So yeah, I'll move the entry a little bit down a bit to this order block. You could have it on the, as we said, 50% of the 2 minute. So like there, a bit higher. Could have it on the 50% of the 1 minute, a bit higher. Could have live execution there. Fuck knows, I don't know. Let me know if you're in though, chat. Let me know if anyone in here is in this trade. 7.7. To be fair, we have tapped into that order block now. Bro, I swear to God. This is obviously the 5 minute order block here. We did want it to come a little bit higher though. Just a tiny bit higher, bro. Just a tiny bit higher. I promise you, we're not asking for a lot. I swear to you, we're not asking for a lot. We're asking for one movement. I'm just giving one more day. Okay, there we go. Fuck me. And we opened in the entry somehow. Tuh. This is just a forward test for me. Might have been an idea to have a stop loss at the higher, maybe. Don't know. We'll see. As I said, it's just a forward test for me. A lot of people are talking about Jer 40, so we want to see how it goes. It's a nice 15 minute the way it filled that though, I can't lie. The way it filled that after making all the volume there, filled the imbalance. That does look nice. That candle is a brazy candle. Can you play young NBA Youngboy when time pass? Alright, no worries. I'm going to put it on, then I'm going to jump it off. Jump it off. We're going to play this, and then we're going to jump off, boys. Been on live for about 2 hours now. Two-minute imbalance entry would have just tapped in there. This is not the type of song you listen to whilst trading. Alright, let's see how it does anyway. Oh. Yeah, just a forward test for me, chat. Just a forward test. I'm not in this one, but we'll see. I'd appreciate if you could dance to it. Lock in. Right, I'm sorry, I can't listen to a song like that on live. That's the type of song I listen to in the car. Bro, when I watch people on live as well, this is what they do. I watch them, yeah, they'll be like, alright, this is what they'll say. Alright, we're in Jer 30. We're in profit right now, so stop loss at break even. Like there. This is what they'll do. Right, we're in profit, so stop loss at break even. Let's let this run. This is how every other streamer does it, chat. I promise you, they're so scared of losing in front of their viewers. I don't give a fuck. I'll firm an L to the face if I have to. We know it does work. And they'll be like, alright, stop loss hit then on that one. So we're going to... Bro, trust me, yeah. Watch any gold trader. It's literally like this, yeah. Let me get up a fresh gold. It's literally this, yeah, on gold. Alright, so we're going to be getting in gold buys right now. Yeah, I really like the look of this. I'm going to get in gold buys right now. Stop loss here. TP here. Alright, so we're in profit now. So stop loss is going to break even. So we're now risk free on this position, boys. So stop loss is at break even. We are risk free on this position. Still in profit, boys. Still in profit. And then they'll be like, alright, so we're going to close that one there. Lovely win for the group there. We've caught a total of 93 pips. So yeah, 93 pips made for the group today. And then they go, alright, now let's go to Richesse's live. Okay, let's go to Richesse's live. That is essentially, chat, that is essentially how every other one on this app acts. And on that note, appreciate you for being part of this community, boys. You're in the best community in the fucking game. Nowhere better to be than the fucking Richesse community. I'm going to stop rhyming now, but yeah. In all seriousness, boys, like when you're trading with us, when you're watching me trade, when you're watching Mace trade, you're getting the realness. You're getting the analysis, you're getting the realness. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. We're not like these other guys where we just trade for the show and we put a stop loss at break even after 2 seconds. But yeah, big up everyone who tuned in today, boys. Appreciate it. Macy's going to be live in about an hour's time. So yeah, man, get ready for Macy's live. He's going to be catching some bangers, hopefully. And yeah, boys, W in the chat. Best community in the game, man. Appreciate you, man. And I'll catch you in the next live, people. Sweet.